there we have it. All back together. Hey everyone, how's it going today? As you can see, it's a nice, sunny, beautiful day. And what are we doing? Well, we have an absolute beautiful blacked out 2008 Corvette in the shop. We're going to throw in a nice little Kenwood radio to make the music sound just as good as the exhaust. So stick around, be right back. So thanks for sticking around, everyone. As I was just saying, we are putting a new Kenwood radio to replace this one here. This works, sounds great, but it doesn't look the greatest. So we have a nice 7-inch Kenwood screen, not quite 7-inch, but I'm going to call it 7-inch, like 6.9. That we're going to dump right in here, get it mounted up, wire it up, make it look proper, and keep it sounding good. So we're going to show you how to do that, and in the meantime, go grab that subscribe button, stick around, see what else we do, and we'll be back. Alright, so thanks for sticking around. We're almost ready to take the center console apart. There's a few things you got to do. I took the armrest off here, which allows you to pull this off to the side, and as you can see, there's just a couple clips, and that reveals two 7mm bolts. Then we have our two T15 Torx bits or screws right here. And then, before you can take anything else off, you got to take the shift knob off, which you'll see there's a little Phillips head screw in there, and it goes right on the side. Now, to get this off, you notice there's little tracks right there. There's a little lock in there as well, and it follows that track. So it's just a little turn, and then pulls down, and when you put it back in, you pull in, you give it a little turn, and it'll lock. Now, in theory, I should be able to take this right out. So, let's see how this works. And we are almost free. Now, before we go too much farther, we want to make sure we get our electrical connectors disconnected here. There we go. They don't give you much wire to play with, but get a light up there so I can see what I'm doing. There's one. And there's the other, which leaves us with just the hazard lights up front. And now that I've got the power light and the traction control undone, I can undo the power port on front. Gives lots of space to see what's needed for the hazard lights, and we can get them undone. And then we put the center console somewhere safe And now we can take out the radio with the 4 7mm screws, but you also have to take out these 2, so we're going to have 6. So we're going to go do that, and we'll be right back. There, so with these screws out, they're all 7mm. We can take out the HVAC controls because it overlaps and locks into the radio. And then we can pull out the radio. And hopefully by this point in time, you've already hit that eject button to make sure there's no CDs in there. Not that many people use CDs these days, but there we have it. Radio is out, and we have our main connections here. So we're going to go get ours ready, and we'll show you what that is, and get the dash kit put together and get this thing so he's got some music again. So stick around. Alright, so thanks for sticking around. One thing I haven't showed you yet is the radio. And we have a Kenwood unit. It is right there, the DMX 4710S. And one thing I like about this radio, it's a very short single DIN chassis. It's a screen, but you only have the body of it, which is equal to the size of a single DIN, and it is a very short chassis, which is great for a lot of newer cars because they're trying to shove so much stuff in there, and makes it hard. Then we have the Crux interface SONGM-11. We went with this one because he does have OnStar, does not have any steering wheel controls. So that makes a little easier there. And then we have our Bluetooth microphone wire run through, but not put in place. I'm going to see if I can't figure out the way to put it in behind the factory mount there. So you stick around. We're going to plug this radio in, see if we have anything, see if it works, and continue on. So here we go. As you were just seeing, I put the radio in there, tested it, it worked. So before anyone panics, I didn't just leave it like that with the wire hanging here and whatnot. I didn't tuck that in because I had plans for the Bluetooth mic, which I got a little creative, and it is now where the factory microphone would have been for the auto tune, and who knows what else it would have been. So we have that as now as our factory radio or factory aftermarket Bluetooth microphone, if I could speak halfways. So I've also gone, cleaned up the wiring a little bit, got things tucked in there out of sight a little bit better. So now we can just go like this. Everything fits in there ever so nicely. Now, one thing I will say about these dash kits, they go on a certain way. There is a top and a bottom. And on this one, it has a little nub right there. That one there is for locking it down. Because the way it works, once that's in, the gear controls back in. And they lock over top. Locks everything in and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Drops falling out on me. Just like that. And then, like I said, that there pushes back in here, everything locks together, and makes it look almost factory. Makes it look like the way factory should have sent this one, but I got, from the looks of this car, I would say the owner at the time who ordered it was more focused on performance than a lot of luxury. It doesn't have steering wheel controls, it didn't have a screen, none of that stuff, so I would say they just wanted it for what it's going to be used for and go enjoy the streets. So I'm going to finish putting this back together. You go hit that subscribe button and stick around, because I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Alright, and here we have it. All back together. Armrest is put back in. Got the caps back in here. The shift knob, that's got the screw back in. And as I was saying earlier, all it is, it's a twist and down. And there you go. To put it back in, line it back up, twist, and there you go. That's locked back in place. One thing I didn't mention, the park and brake boot, that has to come out too, and that just lifts up. There's 3 clips, and that exposes the screws on the side there. And then once that's done, everything comes out, and carefully pull it out, and you can put in the radio yourself, just like this. Now, I don't have a phone hooked up to this yet. I'll hook that up when the customer comes for it, and that'll get him his Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, whichever he has, and get all the navigation stuff there for him. And as you saw, we took the factory mic out of there, made it into the Bluetooth aftermarket one, so everything looks almost factory, but instead it looks a little better. So you stick around, hit that subscribe button, see what else we get going. Let me know what you think of this install. Let me know what you have for a Corvette, and if you've done one of these. And until next time, keep it loud, stay warm.